Hey, this is my first YouTube video, and I'm going to try to do a how-to for the social GTV app on Google TV. And I was going to try to do sort of like a step-by-step of all the features. So I'm using a Logitech Review. This is the keyboard that I'm using. Alright, so I have it here loaded up, and first thing I would say that it is very sort of simple looking, which is good. Not a lot of text on the screen, just sort of simple buttons, nice and clean looking. The first thing I will go to is the tweet settings menu, and sort of good directions on the side of the screen there in green about how to type your searches in, of course using commas, and where and when to use the @ sign and the hashtag. So you got numerous options for searching. You could just search by containing words, you know. You can search from a certain Twitterer, by a certain Twitterer, to a certain Twitterer. Yeah, this fourth one down that would be searching tweets that have someone's Twitter name in it. And then the next one down, that's the one a lot of people will use, is the hashtag. Of course, you could do multiple searches on any of these. You have this button here, which is to look up the currently trending topics, which is really neat. I'll show you in a second. There is a refresh rate. There's 3 choices: less often, normal, and more often. I usually just keep it on normal. There is a offensive word blocker, which works pretty good. I've noticed that it doesn't remove the tweet entirely. All it does is take a word, say the F word. It would replace the F word with 4 pound signs. So it doesn't remove the tweet. It just blocks the word. There is an option to hide the retweets. I pretty much always have that checked, because if it's a popular tweet, obviously you don't want to see it over and over and over again. Once is enough. Any change that you make to this, you're going to want to save it over there. And then the other sort of option menu is to adjust the appearance of the tweet. And when you're adjusting it, the real-time sort of display of what it will look like will be on the screen. So right now I have the tweet placement at the top. If I switch it over to the bottom, it'll drop down to the bottom to show you that it's there. You can have, with the tweet, you can have the picture of the Twitterer, which is good because the pictures are funny. So you can put that picture on the left or the right. You can adjust the size of that picture all the way to really tiny to very big. I just put it on large is good enough. The default on the display is transparent, which honestly I use the most. There is an option to put a color overlay or underlay sort of underneath it, which looks pretty good, but honestly I don't think you would use it very much. The only place I think you'd use it is if you're watching TV that does already have a bunch of text on it. Like I'll show you ESPN in a second. They have text running on the top and the bottom usually all the time. So if you are having trouble reading it, your tweets, then you might want to use that. It doesn't block the screen that much. You can adjust how long you want each tweet to show on the screen, from 7 seconds to 30 seconds. I have found that 10 seconds is good enough. There's 3 options for fonts. And again, if you change them in there, they will change right away. I like that one the best. It's sort of bolder than the others, and I find it easier to read. You could change the size of the text down to from 18 up to 38. That's very big. For me, 24 or 22 usually works the best. And again, any changes you make in here, you would save it. Let's send you back to this. Alright, I'll show you, let's do some searching in just a second. So today is January 29th. So again, I'm going to go to the looking up what the trending topics are, and it'll give you 2, 4, 6, 8. So it'll give you the currently what are the most 10, what are the 10 most trending either hashtags or phrases, I guess, and that'll show you either with the hashtag or in quotes. So you can see what's trending right now. We have today's the Pro Bowl. Hasn't started yet. It doesn't start for another about 5 hours, but it's already trending. Sort of at the bottom there, second from the bottom. There's a big basketball game today, the Bulls versus the Heat. So that has already started to trend. Bulls versus Heat. What else? Just weird things like 5 things I can't stand, things I always avoid. Something about Justin Bieber. I don't know what this USA or UK is. Maybe that's some kind of game today. I don't know. But because this is on the TV, what's good is, of course, you can just look at these weird tweets, you know, if that's what you want to look at. But what I have found to be fun is that you get on this screen right here and you see something like Kung Fu Panda at the bottom. Then that must mean that Kung Fu Panda is on TV somewhere, most likely. The other night when I did it, Scary Movie 2 was on MTV, and it was like on number 3 or number 2 on the list. So you could pick one of these and, you know, go right to that show, most likely, and then just sit and watch. So what I will do is I'll pick the Pro Bowl, see what's going on, and then I'll add that. So you add it. So then it'll appear up in your containing words box. And then, what else could I do? I'm not going to block offensive words. But I'll save it, and then it takes you back to the first screen where you want to click the Start Showing Tweets button. It'll load. So again, I have it on the bottom of the screen with that. And any tweet that has that phrase Pro Bowl in it is going to appear. So then obviously we want to go to the TV. So on the remote, I just do TV, and that'll take you to the TV. So this is ESPN, and they're doing a whole Sunday countdown to the Pro Bowl, so it's all football stuff. But this is one of the things I said, like, you know, you get a channel like this, there's all this text on it. So that might be a case when you would want to go in and fix it. So when you go to the TV like this, I often just go like that, so I can still see my TV as I'm making changes, which is just the picture-in-picture. Alright, so I want to change it a little bit. Oh wait, I hit the wrong one. So I want to change the appearance. So there's a lot of text on the bottom, that scrolling thing on ESPN. So I'm going to put my tweets on the top instead. And then there's also text on the top, so maybe I will use a gradient for underneath it. And whatever, you can choose. It's all the prime colors. So I'll just use red. Alright, so you save it. It'll ask you to start it again because you've made those changes. So you start it again. So it's loaded, it's going, and then again back to TV. And now you got it. And maybe it's a little bit better to read. If I wanted it on the bottom, I think I definitely would need that color gradient, just so it wouldn't be such a mess. So this is a pretty neat way just to watch TV. I mean, if you got the TV on anyway, and it's not something that you need to, I don't know. It's an interesting way to watch TV. Of course, you're going to get the stupid tweets that mean nothing, like that one, Pro Bowl today, smiley face. But it's good. It's fun. All right, let's go to something else. All right, so this is funny. So again, I'll go back to the tweet search. I'll look up trend lookup. And again, this will, every time you hit that button, it'll refresh to what are the current trends. I noticed that Saw 3 is not trending, which is 5th on the list. So I'm going to click that. So again, what that means most likely is that Saw 3 is on somewhere. It's on a channel. So I put Saw 3 in there, save it, start showing those. And I still have that color gradient because of what I had before. So now I'm on my TV, and there it is. It's on Sci-Fi Network. Alright, so there's Saw 3 playing, and then you can, here we go, you can watch tweets about this. Pretty good.